and bestows the supreme bliss. Before we proceed and hear about this, if you want, you can repeat after me. It's beautiful words. The effect of hearing the pastimes of the Lord, which is mentioned in Bhagavatam. Tadeva ramyam ruchiram navam navam tadeva saswan ऋणवशोषणं नृणाम् Yad uttama shloka yasho anu. If we are fortunate, we get a chance to hear this wonderful nectarian pastimes of the Lord. Tadeva ramyam, very, very attractive. Ruchiram, very palatable. It's not somebody who's insulting you, cursing you, or chiding you, scolding you. No, it is ramyam and ruchiram, very palatable to our ears and heart. Tadeva ramyam ruchiram navam navam. Some of you might have heard about this pastime of Krishna lifting Govardhan, but it is navam navam. It's always new, newer and newer. Tadeva ramyam ruchiram navam navam. Tadeva saswan manaso mahotsavam. Festival in our mind, we have Tadeva sokar navasoshanam nrinam. If we are going through an ocean of miseries, lamentation, that ocean of miseries can be dried up. Tadeva shokar navasoshanam. It can be dried. Nrinam yad uttama shloka yasho anuguyate. When we get this chance to hear or glorify the Lord, uttama shloka, who's glorified with the choicest words, yad uttama shloka yasho anuguyate. When we do that together in this kind of a fashion, all the miseries in our heart completely gets dried up, and it becomes a perpetual festival for our mind, which we are seeking. So let's chant this verse one more time, so that we have firm conviction that what we are going to enter into is something very benefiting, very, very beneficial for me, very transcendental. Tadeva ramyam ruchiram navam navam tadeva saswan manaso mahotsavam tadeva sokar navasoshanam nrinam yaduttama shloka yasho anugiyate. What glorious, what great fortune we have in the month of Kartik. On the day when actually Krishna lifted Govardhan, we are here. We may not know. We may have come out of some curiosity somewhere. We have seen some flyer, Govardhan time. So I said that I will be showing this picture one more time. This is a different one, and I want you to pay attention again. I will ask you something at the towards the end of our session. What exactly? Okay, anybody wants to comment? What are you seeing exactly? Govardhan. Okay. Anybody else? Everybody is looking up to Krishna. Okay. Hmm. Everyone is running under the mountain. Actually, okay. I mean, they are under the mountain. Okay. Okay. They're amazed and happy at the same time. Okay. There's a storm outside. Okay, great. That's a good observation. He's standing here. Okay, Tribhangi. Okay, very good. सब लोग धन्यवाद दे रहे हैं. Okay. Okay. No, they are actually they are holding it. Somehow it is not coming here. You can see some sticks here and all. It's not touching there, but they have brought those sticks to hold that mountain, thinking that Krishna cannot lift it. What else you are seeing? Huh? He's worried. Krishna is okay. Krishna is a boy after all. Yeah. Hmm? Krishna is smiling. Okay. Yeah. So this pastime actually reinforces one very important thing in life. Very important thing which Krishna illustrates in this pastime. Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, my devotees will never perish. And he says this through Arjuna. Kaunteya, declare this to the whole world. Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. Big the calamity is. No matter how big the challenges are for us, for Krishna it is nothing. As somebody mentioned, there are dark clouds. There are very dark clouds which are there, and these dark clouds like miseries also come in our lives. But actually, if you see, like some of you mentioned, all these people who are there under the shelter of this Govardhan, completely relieved. There is no sign of, there is anxiety what will happen to Krishna, but there is no anxiety what will happen to them. This is what the Lord says when He comes down to this material world 5,000 years ago. He establishes this principle which we don't know. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam raja aham tvam sarva papebhya mokshaisyami ma sucha. Don't fear. Parityajya. We have created so many obligatory duties for ourselves. We think this is important, that is important, and we forget the most important thing. Mamekam sharanam raja. We forget that we have to surrender to the Lord. He is our supreme protector. Aham tvam sarva papebhya mokshayisami. I will deliver you from all sinful reactions. Ma sucha. Don't fear. So in this pastime, we are going to see it through 4 different aspects. The first one is going to be the mood of this Brajavasis. Or maybe, okay, first one is going to be the mood of Brajavasis. How do they react or respond if there is a calamity? Mind you, in Vrindavan, there used to be often attacks by so many demons. And there are, like this, something like this has come in their lives. How do they respond to this? A. B. There was a person by name Indra, who's the giver of rain, and which is used for Govardhan, Haridasa Varya. Why is he considered Haridasa Varya? And the fourth, pastimes like this, what it does to people like us who are hearing. What it does and what we should do in our life. Let's start with Govardhan's special position. And this verse, okay, before we go there, so there are 4 or 5 verses that we will be chanting, and I want all of you to pay attention. Very important, this pastime, very interesting. But before we go there, I just want you to let you know that why Govardhan Puja and what is so special. Some of you mentioned that you've never been to Vrindavan. Actually, there are devotees who come and they just want to quit their body in Vrindavan because Vrindavan is so special. They live, these are widows, they come and they live their rest of their life in Vrindavan, staying in the braj or the dust of Vrindavan, thinking that if they die, they will not take birth again. And they chant the names of the Lord, their lives revolve around the Supreme Lord. They do this parikrama, Govardhan parikrama, which is very, very pious, very sacred. And some of them do so much austere this thing. Many of them do barefoot, and some of them actually do like this, where they bow down, not just once, 108 times they bow down and pay obeisances and take one stone and then go to the next one. And that is how they do this. Very austere. So it's not some ordinary hill which was lifted by the Lord. No, there is some special significance of this Govardhan. What is the special significance of this? This is a question that you should ask yourself. Do you feel anytime fearful? You feel scared? You feel less confident in life? Or you feel, my God, what's going to happen? I'm sure each one of us, we will say that there are instances we would have felt like that, helpless, powerless. What next? What's going to happen? Somewhere or other, we feel that experience of that fearfulness, or the experience of fear which we get in this material world, is because we are eternal, but we are trapped in this asat environment, in this non-permanent environment. Like, somebody who goes to swimming in a river or something, it's an alien environment. You have to have some, somebody wears like a goggles or something, protect the ears and the head, because it's not our natural habitat. Similarly, this material world is not something where we belong to. So our existence gets questioned, threatened, and we feel fearful. But the fear can be overcome if you know the process of overcoming, which Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, which Krishna reinforces. Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. As long as we live independently, thinking that I'm fine, we will be constantly having this fear. That is why Bhagavatam very emphatically says, Yashyam vai shruyamanayam Krishne parama purushe bhaktir utpadyate pumsa soka moha bhayapaha. Yashyam vai shruyamanayam. If we pay attention to Yashyam vai shruyamanayam Krishne parama purushe, whose instructions, whose activities? Param purusha Krishna. Krishne parama purushe. Bhaktir utpadyate pumsa, in our heart, sprouts. And effect of that is soka moha bhayapaha. Not just bhaya, soka, lamentation for the past, moha, which is illusion for the present, and bhaya, fear for the future. All three things will be completely disappear in our heart. So we will chant this verse, which is the glory of this Govardhan hill. And this verse is spoken by Radharani. She is considered to be the topmost devotee. But she is telling to her Sakhi this beautiful verse. So we'll chant and we will understand what is the significance, why Govardhan is considered so special. And then we will go further. Hantaya madrirabala haridasa varyo. Hantaya madrirabala haridasa varyo. Yad Ram Krishna Charana Sparsha Pramodaha. Yad Ram Krishna Charana Sparsha Pramodaha. Manam tanoti sahago ganayostayoryad. Manam tanoti sahago ganayostayoryad. Manahgo ganayostayoryad. Sahago ganayostayoryad. Paniyasuyavasakandara-kandamulai. 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 So it's not some ordinary person who's telling the glories of Govardhan Hill. It's Radharani herself. And what is she telling? Hantaya Madrir Avala Haridasa Bharya. Avala, O Sakhi, O my dear friend, look at this devotee who's Hari Dasa Bharya. Hari is one who steals. Harati iti Hari. Steals what? Not just butter, steals all the miseries from our life. All the miseries in our life can be completely stolen by the Lord. Like this sound is getting stolen. The miseries in our life will be stolen. That's why the name of the Lord is Hari. Ashesha Sanklesha Samam Vidhatte Gunanuvada Shravanam Murare. Ashesha Sanklesha Samam Vidhatte. Ashesha Sanklesha. How many miseries we have? Countless, unlimited. Ashesha Sanklesha Samam Vidhatte. Immediately it comes to a full stop. Gunanubada Shravanam Varyo. Why is he considered Haridasa? Why is he considered Haridasa Varyo? Haridasa, Hari is the Supreme Lord who takes Varyo. Haridasa, Hari is the Supreme Lord who takes away servants. We are all Haridasa. But Govardhan is Haridasa Varyo. He is the topmost. In Bhagavatam, there are two other people who are mentioned as Haridasa. One is Uddhav and the other one is Yudhishthir Maharaj. But still they are not Haridasa Varyo. Varyo for three reasons. And the next three lines talk about those three reasons. Yad Rama Krishna Charana Sparsha Pramodaha. Because when Lord Balaram, Rama is referring to Balaram and Krishna, their lotus feet touch Govardhan. It feels ecstasy, pramodaha, jubilation. Actually, our life also is miserable and we are having the sufferings and the distress because we have disconnected ourselves from the Lord. Completely disconnected. The more one is disconnected, the more he experiences miseries. The more we are thinking we are independent, the more we get into the control of the three modes of material nature and the tritapas torment us. Yad Rama Krishna Charana Sparsha Pramodaha. There is a very beautiful verse which Dhruva Maharaj he prays. Akhila Sakti Dhara Swadham. Lord is the source of all energies, spiritual energy. So when we come in touch with that, our spiritual senses get enlivened. The material energy which is tormenting us, which is making us go through all this miserable thing, will completely be stopped because the spiritual senses have enlivened. This is what is happening to Govardhan. Yad Rama Krishna Charana Sparsha Pramodaha. He gets some kind of special happiness, jubilation. Oh, Lord Ram, Lord Balaram and Krishna, they are walking on my surface, on my body. His hair stand on ecstasy. Yad Rama Krishna Charana Sparsha Pramoda. This is first. Second, Manam Tanoti Sahago Ganayostayoryat. He is not just happy because Krishna and Balaram are walking on him. He is extremely happy and he is giving so much Manam Tanoti. He is giving respect to the cows and the cowherd boys who are also coming and playing. It's a very important principle. Actually, we can't directly serve the Lord or we can't become directly a devotee of Krishna. But when we become devotee of Krishna, Dasa Dasanudasa, that pleases the Lord more. Govardhan is very happy, not just because Rama and Krishna are walking on his body, but he is even more happier. He's happier because he's seeing that these cows and the cowherd boys who are dear to Krishna, they are also coming and they are playing on my body. Manam Tanoti, and he's telling they are so exalted, so great, and they are coming to my place and they are taking some grass, some this thing. Pani Asuya Basakandara Kanda Mulai. And what is he giving in return when he's seeing that all these people have come? He's giving cold, crystal clear water. And there are caves where all these cows and cowherd boys can come and take rest in the hot, scorching sun. And also giving beautiful grass, Suya Basakandara Kanda Mulai, which can feed the cows. Another name of Krishna is Govinda, and we know this prayer that we offer when we do sacrifice. Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha, Krishnaya Govindaya, Jagadhitaya Jagadhitaya, Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Nama. So Jagadhitaya Krishnaya Govinda. The cows and the not forgetting his position that I'm a big devotee or something. No, he is giving respect. Manam Tanoti Sahago Ganayostayoryat. This is very important. Sakandara Kandamulai. Of all the devotees, this Govardhan hill is the best. Oh my friends, this hill